see. It's 7 o'clock. Let's see. Okay, we're recording. So I just want to welcome you guys all tonight. This is actually really fun. This is something that I have been wanting to do for a super long time, is just gather all of my favorite people and talk about how the program worked for them in their businesses. I know this is a question a lot of us get asked a lot, and some people see our program as weight loss just for people who need to lose, maybe go from obese to a healthy weight. But I think there's a whole bunch of people out there that love to work out, and maybe you're a trainer and maybe you work out tons and you're very healthy. You've got a little shred you want to do, or you've got clients that have been working out for a really long time and are not seeing the results they want because their nutrition is just a little bit too complicated. And so we're hoping that we can shed a little bit of light on, just what we've done and how our program can work for people who love to work out. And so I gathered together some of my favorite people. They've got some great stories, and we're just going to get started right off the bat. So first of all, I just want to welcome you here. Tonight, my co-host is going to be Jenny Langston. She's amazing. She's my favorite people in the world. Jenny, wave so they can see you. Okay, awesome. And then we're going to bring on Mariah Langston. And this is Jenny's daughter-in-law. And she's going to be, we'll have Jenny kind of introduce her a little bit more. Also, Sarah Judkins is going to be talking to us. She'll kind of introduce herself, and these guys will tell you their credentials and kind of what their background is. My name is Stephanie Whiting, and I've been a coach for about 2.5 years, going on 3 years in November. So I had my own story on plan, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But for now, I'm going to have Jenny just give you some basic info of what we're going to go over tonight.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Steph. I'm so happy to be on this call. This is another topic that I am really passionate about, and what really brought me into coaching and into the program was just through the fitness industry, and finding it as a way that could really help benefit people that are really have their health as a top priority, but maybe not seeing the results that they want to see. And this was such a blessing for me. So what we're going to do is we're just going to basically introduce you to what we do, as coaches. And with this program, we're going to give you a really good overview of that. And hopefully you'll just be able to come away with a lot of value and learn a lot about what it is that we do, and explore the possibilities of this might being a fit for you. And we're going to share stories of where we've come from and where we are now, and how this program has really blessed us in so many ways.
Awesome. Thank you, Jenny. And this is going to be really for if you're looking for something, like let's say you're somebody who works out a lot and you're just looking for something to help you get to your best self. Or let's say that you are a fitness instructor, you teach yoga, you teach high fitness, you're a personal trainer, and sometimes the programs that you've been given to work with just don't click with your clients. And there's a lot of reasons, but we found for all of us, one of the reasons we're just really busy. And I find people are really busy and they need very simple solutions. And so we're going to talk a little bit about how this provided a simple solution for all of us. And Jenny, go ahead and get started by introducing us to our first presenter.
Okay, awesome. So Mariah, she is my daughter-in-law, and she is a personal trainer. She has certifications, and she has been in the fitness industry and has had many clients that she has trained. And a lot of her clients, as she will tell, weren't seeing the results that they wanted to see, because most of the time people go to the gym because they want to see results and they feel like they're spinning their wheels. And so I'm just going to throw it over to Mariah, and she can talk a little bit more about how this has really impacted her life and her clients.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. So first off, I kind of wanted to speak more to people that are in the fitness industry, and give you an idea of what was going through my mind when I was introduced to Optavia. So I've been working as a personal trainer at Vasa for almost 2 years now. And I was introduced to the program through my mother-in-law, Jenny, and my husband, Hayden. And when I first saw the program, I had a lot of misconceptions about what it was. I thought that my clients needed to be eating real food, even though Optavia is real food. And that they didn't need a program like that to lose the weight. I thought that me giving them a little sheet of recommendations as far as what to eat and how to eat would be enough for them, and coming to the gym would be enough for them. But I quickly saw over the first couple of months as a personal trainer that I had these clients coming in wanting to lose weight. That was their goal. And they weren't seeing success at all. And it was so frustrating for me because I wanted to help them. And it was even more frustrating for them because they were spending all of this money and time coming to the gym and working their little bums off and not really seeing this success with weight loss that they wanted to see. So I became a certified Optavia coach, whatever, in March. And I wanted to share a little story about one client specifically who started the program right when I offered it to her. So she is so amazing. And she was coming to me for over 6 months and she did not lose 1 pound. And it was so sad because she was working so hard. She spent, I don't even know how much a month, hundreds of dollars coming to me, and she didn't lose 1 pound. And at the end of our training, she decided to do Optavia, and she is down over 45 pounds. And it's been however long. She started in March, April, May, June, just 4 or 5 months, and she's lost so much weight. So what I love about this program is that it really works for people who are wanting to lose weight and maintain muscle mass. That was another big concern for me, is I was like, they're only eating 1,000 calories. Like, how are they going to be able to not lose muscle? But as I've done the program myself, and as I've seen my husband do the program, and I've had 20, 30, 40, 50 clients do the program now, muscle mass is retained and fat is lost. And it's just so amazing how simple it is for people. So that's another thing that I wanted to kind of talk about, is how structured it is for people and how simple it is for them to follow. And that's why they can be so successful with it. So, like I said, as a personal trainer, I would give them a list of foods to eat, and then I would give them recommendations, very similar to the habits that we focus on with the habits of health. To eat every 2 to 3 hours, drink tons of water, get lots of rest, try to do things that relieve your stress, get lots of sleep, blah, 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 all that good stuff. And I would hand them this sheet of paper, and they would go home and they'd lose the paper and they would never focus on nutrition and work on it. So like I said, that's been the coolest thing for me, that because I have such a huge influence over so many people as a personal trainer in the gym and in social media, that people just come to me for advice, and I tell them about Optavia and I share how it can change their life, and they just decide to do it. And it's so cool to be able to have that influence over people. And yeah, I just don't see like why you wouldn't want to be a coach if you're a personal trainer. Like it just makes sense. And it's really helped my family financially as well. Just because I've been on a maternity leave for a couple of weeks now, and I've been able to pay my mortgage and our car payment and have money left over just because I decided to do Optavia. So there's a lot of really, really great opportunities as you do that. And I think that's it, guys.
Oh my goodness, Mariah, that was amazing. It's so true. It really is. And as people find this program and see their success, how it just tends to gain that momentum, and everybody just gets really excited to come to the gym and to see you. All of a sudden, everything changes. So now we're going to actually have another expert in the fitness field, Sarah Judkins, and she is actually a gym owner, has tons of experience as a fitness instructor, and we would love to hear from you, Sarah, and how this has impacted you and your clients.
Am I unmuted now? You can hear me now? Oh, good. I have, I've been in the fitness industry for, I think, 18 years, which starts to really, it comes down to really caring about people. And I've been teaching group fitness, been a trainer for my nutrition license. I've been a macro coach. And really, like Mariah, spinning your wheels. It's difficult to coach people through their macros and coach people through how complicated it really, people really make it. And, I was checking in with people every week, and people were so frustrated. And truly, in my classes, people come to class, and for years and years, people look the same. It's like you truly cannot out exercise, what you're eating. It is, I used to tell clients it's 80-20, 80% nutrition, 20% genetics and exercise. Now I say 90. After having Optavia and watching results with clients, it is 90% nutrition, 10% gym, and some genetics mixed in there. And when I first went on this plan, I'm a little OCD. Maybe I'm a lot OCD. And I'm really research-based because my background's biology. And Bill is my cousin, and we were on a family vacation together. And I had seen her and Casey, and I just had to know what she was doing. And so she probably laughs at this now, I spent like the next month, you guys, reading about it, reading everyone's stories, reading the books, reading the research, which the research it's just so sound. And I always come back to that. Just the research it's there. And I think the biggest thing that I try to remember is don't convince people. Live the plan. Live the habits, and people will watch you. I've had people, I'm sure many of you have, that have come to my classes, have, asked me about it a year ago, who are now just calling to sign up on the plan. Planting the seed and being an example is so powerful. They want to be healthy. And everyone's looking, everyone, right? Think of all the people out there looking for a nutrition plan. And it just takes all the complication. And that's why with gym clients, it's been so great. I've helped people prep for shows, and it just takes all the complication out of everything. We've all done it, right? We've all tried to macro. We've all tried to food prep, and we do really awesome for like 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And then we don't have time because family stuff comes up, or events or holidays. And we're like, oh, what do I eat? And then it's 1:00 and you haven't eaten. It just makes it so simple. It just takes all the complicated out of it. So it truly is completely changed, how I've looked at nutrition and how I've looked at, the business side of this. And by the way, I love working at home. I obviously work in the gym as well, but the nutrition side, working at home now. And we have a whole back office that works for us, which is so nice. But I do a lot better financially doing Optavia, where I feel like everything's been done. We don't have to replicate anything. It's been done. And then we have this awesome support system when we have questions. And I didn't have that before. It was just like me and a million body types and calculating measurements and calculating, numbers, and then like, okay, hoping it worked. And then 2 weeks go by and no changes. It was just so. Anyway, it's been awesome and really fun to use it in the fitness world. So.
Well, and Sarah, I know you're a lot like me, where, and a lot of people are like this, will say we eat clean, right? Because we're told, and especially I love when Mariah shared, I gave people a list of foods to eat, but portion control is a big deal. And, you know, I was eating broccoli and chicken and all the healthy foods, but if you're not eating in the correct amounts, you're not creating that caloric deficit, you know, you put your muscle at risk, but you're also not losing weight. And it is maddening to be trying so hard and to feel like you're getting nowhere. And I love that our system is goof proof, that we just give it to our clients and it's totally goof proof, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I think when you add the exercise element onto it, you really, and I did this actually in the beginning, you overthink it because our country is so calorie minded. Like, you guys know, I mean, women that want to lose weight, they go on 1,200 calories, right? And it's totally the science behind, you know, Optavia versus that is just so different. You know, you really, calories aren't even a thing, as we know, right? We don't have to track them. We don't have to. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, fitness, you don't have to, it's not overcomplicated. It's simple. And we think, okay, well, for exercising, we have to add in this and do this and do this and do this. And you really don't. Like, just the plan is solid.
Mm-hmm. No math.
Mm-mm. No math.
Love that. Absolutely love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Sarah has been a huge source of information for me and inspiration. She lost 40 pounds on plan, same as me. And so we've had a really similar journey, and both of us came from a fitness background. And even fitness professionals can be very fit. You can be very healthy, but not maybe be exactly where you want to be because they're about the busiest people there are. You know, and so I love that this just gives everyone a simple solution. I wanted to share my story really quick and just tell you a little bit about my background. I was basically size 10, 12 my whole adult life and was always focused on exercise because I thought that that was how you maintained your weight. And then as I became 40, it just got so impossible for me to maintain where I wanted to be. I always wanted to be like a 6'8", and I couldn't find that happy, healthy place. And, you know, I thought the answer was CrossFit. Always feels like that's the answer, right? And so I tried that, got some injuries, and it seemed like the harder I pushed, the more weight I was gaining because I was so hungry. And I felt like I was just chasing this hunger monster with these huge workouts. So the answer always became more exercise. Okay, so I'm lifting, now I do more cardio. And then you're just so hungry all the time. And I think my body was also so stressed out. And so getting to the point where I was able to just give my body a little bit of a break, do the mental work that it took to manage my emotional eating and not try to exercise the weight off, let the food, let the nutrition plan do the work, where exercise for me became a joy. And that was the best feeling in the world, where I wasn't using exercise to lose weight, because then you're mad at exercise when it doesn't work. Exercise is supposed to be for your mind and your heart and your muscles and make you feel good. And it's supposed to be a joy. And so I love that that made exercise become a joy for me. And so I want to tell you just a little bit about our program. We've got 4 components. Our 4 components, I like to think of them like a chair, like you're sitting on a chair, and we always want to have a solid foundation under us. And this really built a solid foundation of health. This is the same thing our clients get. Everyone gets a health coach. The health coach is free with the program. They do a health assessment for you. They go over your personal goals and they fit you to a program. They also are your accountability and kind of your running partner. You guys are in this together. You link arms and you just work on it together. Number 2, you get education. So the education is so important. The education element is something that I know a lot of us that come from fitness backgrounds, I'm very guilty of thinking I know everything because I have a passion for nutrition and fitness, and so I've done a lot of studying. And for people like us, we sometimes know too much, where we know all this stuff, but we can't implement it, and we haven't found a way to implement it into a system that works. And so this was so freeing to me to put my trust in a proven program that had been around for 30 years and had science supporting it, and know that I could put myself in good hands. I put myself in my coach's hands. So we have that education element and the habits of health, which is a book. And also we do trainings every week. We take a healthy habit and break it down and do trainings, which are awesome. The 3rd component is community. We have a healthy community where we all get to hang out. That's how I know everybody on this Zoom is from our community, and we share tips and tricks. We share motivation. We just get on and we share real life. And I feel like if you are making the decision to get healthy, sometimes you feel alone, and sometimes you feel like everybody gets to do this thing but me. But when you're participating in a healthy community, you feel very supported. This is also so important for your clients that are maybe obese, and maybe everyone in their life is 50 to 100 pounds overweight. It is so difficult for someone who's surrounded by people who eating is their recreation. It makes it very difficult for them to get healthy. And so if we can plug those people into a healthy community, we find they have so much more success. Number 4 are our healthy fuelings. We provide macro balanced meals that are grab and go or super fast to make, that are going to have everything your body needs, plus a probiotic and your vitamins and minerals. It makes it so easy, because I don't know about you guys, but I spend a lot of my life in the car. And even if I do get to my meal prep, often it's in the fridge, but I'm in my car, which means I'm going to go to Taco Bell and get a bean burrito, or I'm going to not eat. And then when I get home, I'm so hungry that pretty soon I found out I'm eating 2 pieces of my kid's pizza before I've even thought about it, because I've let myself get so hungry. So our program is eating 6 times a day, balancing our blood sugars, and we all get a free health coach. It's so awesome. So those are our 4 components of our program. And now Jenny's going to talk a little bit about our 5th component of our program.
Okay, yes. So this is a really, really fun part about our program, and it's kind of the genius part behind it, because this is how we can really plug into making sure that once we reach our goal, we can maintain it. I think that we all come into, kind of Optavia to lose weight, to lean out, but really our goal is to maintain it long term. And so when I came into the program, I had, over the past few years, really made some strides in my health. I do have a degree in health education. I have studied nutrition all of my life. I'm totally passionate about it, love working out, building muscle, all of those things. And I had people asking me over the years, Jenny, what do you do? Share with me, what do you eat? And I loved to share. I was kind of like Mariah. I'd hand them a piece of paper or send them an email with recipes, and I'm like, do this. Well, what was so hard and frustrating is I really had a heart to want to help people, but because I didn't have a structured program to share, nobody changed. And I remember feeling really discouraged about that. And when Optavia came into my life, I was like, oh my goodness, could this be a program that I could actually share with others, and this could help people? I mean, it sounded like a dream come true. I was just so excited to try it myself and see. And you know what? I had, just a few pounds to lose, but it was those few pounds that had been hanging on. And I just really wanted to lose those last few. And I worked so hard at it, you guys. I counted every calorie, my macros. It became a full-time job. Well, over about 5 months prior to finding Optavia, over those 5 months, I had lost 3 pounds. And my first week on Optavia, I lost 4 and reached my goal in 10 days. So no, I did not have a lot of weight to lose, but you know what I found out is there's so many people that go to the gym that want to lose between 5 and 10 pounds. And just that last layer, that they just have been working so hard to lose. And I was ecstatic. I can't even tell you how excited I was to share this. And it has truly blessed my life and my clients. And it's just super exciting to be able to share something that works, and that people can come to the gym and be excited about the fact that they can.
Your picture.
Oh, and here's my pictures. Okay, yeah. So she
get a picture here.
So yeah, so that's my before. And yeah, I didn't have a lot of weight to lose, but you know what it did is it leaned me out.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of just shed that last little layer and my muscles started to pop more, and I got super excited about it. Because I love to challenge my body and I like to push my body. I like to see what's possible. So this program really was a blessing that I, really was excited to share. So, they say, yeah,
Can you brag on your son for just a second?
yes.
I'm going to
Okay,
pull up
so
a picture if I can find it. Here we go.
yeah. So this is my son Hayden. He was one of my first clients. And what was really cool about Hayden is he, at this time, that first picture, that before picture, he was doing P90X like every morning for an hour, and he hated it. He was living at home at the time, and he was home from his mission. Anyway, he was just sweating buckets and not losing weight, and he was so frustrated. And I just was like, hey, what do you think about trying Optavia? And he, after a little while, decided, after trying P90X for a couple more weeks, decided to hop on and give it a try. And what was really cool with him is he has always, over the years, loved weights and building muscle. And so he had a lot of muscle, but he had a layer of fat that he had gained over the top, and he could not get it to come off. And what's really interesting is he chose not to exercise at all. This was his choice. We do know that you can exercise, while doing Optavia as well, but he chose not to. And if you see that before and after,
I know you guys want to see that picture again now.
that was without exercising. He did not step one foot into the gym till he had shed his 40 pounds of fat. And that's what he looked like. Then he hit the gym again and was just like totally on fire, super excited. I mean, all of a sudden he's like, yeah, let's go to the gym. Like, it's fun again. Right? So he went to the gym and he was building muscle and just has really maintained amazing. It's the principles that you learn through Optavia. And as you are what I've loved is when you are the teacher, you learn so much more than the student. And so when you are teaching, there is a study that shows that you are 500% more likely to reach and maintain your healthy weight when you are teaching others. And so by paying it forward, this gift that we've been given, and through coaching, it's really, really helped me keep my health in top priority. And you just want to be the example. So it ends up really being really magic, honestly, is how I feel. I feel like Optavia is pure magic in all areas.
I love it, Jenny. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it. And because I didn't pull up some pictures while we were talking with our other participants, I'm going to do a quick screen share and show you some of the people that we've talked about. Let's see. Here's Sarah. She's got an amazing before and after. Super fit. She looked awesome, you guys. Like, we've got a lot of people around us that look great, but sometimes you just want to give it an extra push and just go all out and just get into that little black dress. And look how awesome she looks. She did so great. I had been working out for years and years and years. And, here's me on the left, working out 2 hours a day, going to CrossFit and then running. And then here's me on the right, working out maybe 10 minutes if I got around to it. But really, it's so fun because when your nutrition is dialed in, what happens is you start actually seeing the muscles that you've built. They're there. And I think it's frustrating sometimes as a fitness person to be like, I've got muscles there, I'm just not seeing them. And so it's really fun to just do the shred and see our muscles and then know how to maintain it, because we make the eating so simple. For those of you who are on here and are interested in maybe coaching and becoming a coach with Optavia and incorporating this with your business, you may be wondering how that works. And so generally people decide to become a client and experience the program even for a couple weeks. And that's what I suggest, because people will ask you how it worked and what you thought and your experiences. And so, just becoming a client for a couple weeks. So reaching out to the person that invited you to this, they would become your coach. And they're going to be somebody that will be able to match you to a program, do an assessment with you. And if you already have a coach and maybe you're a client and you're thinking about coaching, there's so many great ways to incorporate this into your business. And it's really fun because I feel like it's a total win-win. People want to have muscles, they want to be fit, but they also want to see results. So you're going to be the trainer or the instructor that is going to have the people coming in and they're going to be changing. It's just like Jenny said, like you get to watch them change because their bodies will be changing all along. The first step is just to buy your coach kit. The coach kit is $199. It's about the cheapest business you can ever start. And you get a team of people right off the bat. You get a team of mentors and coaches to help you. We don't expect you to know a lot. We kind of just learn as we go. We start helping you get, we help you get clients. We share, and people will come to you when they know about the success that others have had. You can share other people's stories. And then once you start to have some clients, we help you with coaching. We kind of co-coach those first few people together until you really know what you're doing as a coach. And so it's really pretty simple. It's a pretty simple process. It's basically like on-the-job training, and it's a lot different. I know for a lot of people that are maybe close to my age, I just sent my last child off to school, and I knew I was going to want to do something, and I knew my passion was in nutrition and fitness, but there's often not a lot of money there. So it's kind of like we've got this passion, but we have to be able to make a living. And so it's so fun because you might be able to go teach a class, but then when you come home from class, you've got littles at home or you've got kids you want to be home for, and you can coach all your nutrition clients on your own time schedule. And it can become really helpful financially as well. Let's see. Yeah, so we're basically like earning as we learn. I feel like that's kind of how it works. Instead of going to school for, however long, we get to earn as we learn. Are there any questions that have popped up as we've gone along? We're going to take just a couple of minutes and see if we can answer any questions.
Hey, I've got one, hun.
Perfect.
Mhm.
So I have a gal who is a fitness instructor at VASA, and she said that what's holding her back from helping her clients is the nutrition because she's not certified, like she's not educated. So if you are a certified Optavia coach, I don't know if there's anyone out there in the VASA world. I know Mariah is. But does that count as being a because you have to be a certified nutritionist to give nutrition advice to your clients. So being certified Optavia, does that count?
That's a great question, Melissa. I'm going to turn that over to Mariah and ask, Mariah, do you usually keep your Optavia clients totally separate, or is that something that you do in conjunction with VASA?
So VASA once was partnered with a nutrition company called Better Health, but they recently stopped working with them, which is why I felt comfortable offering Optavia to my clients. So what I did and what I would recommend for her if she's really serious about it is telling her to contact them off of the clock, and also to be certified, get COPE certified as soon as she can. And that's something that I tell my clients as a personal trainer at VASA is I have this certification, and I am COPE certified for a company called Optavia. And so I make sure that they know that it's completely separate from what I do with Optavia, but that if they're interested, that I can give them a phone call and we can do an assessment at a later time.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Mariah. That was a great answer. Hopefully that helped, Melissa. Any other questions? That was a great question. Guys, thanks for being with us tonight. We're so excited that we got everybody together and we got to kind of share some of our stories. We've got a lot more stories to share. We've got a ton of client success stories. So I've already started brainstorming that we're going to have like a follow-up to this where we get to brag on some of our clients and pull them in to share, because we've got a ton. And there's a lot of people who are fitness minded. They love muscles. They love working out. We're not anti-exercise. We're totally pro-exercise and being fit. But we also want to make it super simple for you. We want to make it super simple for your business in order to incorporate this. And so I hope this provided some value. Please reach out to the person who invited you tonight if you want more information. And the best thing to do is start with a health assessment. If you're unfamiliar with Optavia, everybody gets a free health assessment with the coach that invited them. And like I said, they'll pair you to a program, or they will help you figure out how to make this work for your personal business. Thanks so much.